First, imagine that two people decided to take you into their home without ever having asked for your permission so you can be their pet. Actually, they took advantage of the fact that you at the time were mentally impaired and could not make your own decisions. And if you don't obey them, you'll be punished for it. Second, there's an institution that forces you to go to a place where you must mingle with all these different people. People who don't think like you, who weren't raised like you, and will most likely harass you. You must be in that place for 8 hours and are forced to learn subjects that don't interest you and be considered a failure and feel like one if you don't succeed in their tests. And if you don't obey them, you'll be punished for it. Third and last, now, if you want to continue living, you're forced to slave away so you can pay an ongoing ransom for natural resources. You know, water, land, food. Everything that was freely given by God is now at the hands of these wicked people, who made you their pet, forced you to learn their subjects and way of being, and now make you pay for something that never belonged to them in the first place. And if you don't obey them, you'll be punished for it. The first example is obviously our parents, the second is how the government forces children to go to school, and the third is how we must work to pay for nature. We must pay for nature. And if we don't obey them, we'll be punished for it. This is how a society, a relational system, works. People who have authority over us, like our parents and the government, decide our fates. They have certain commanding principles that our equals do not have over us. A parent or a boss can tell me what to do, but my colleague would be going out of line. I can't take someone's life if I decide to, but God can. He has authority over life, over us, and over our fates. Therefore, when he tells us not to kill while he freely does it, it doesn't make him a hypocrite. Not to be crude, but I can grab my wife's behind without any issue. You can't. The point is, the same action has different connotations because of who's doing it, and we all know that. So, daring to call God a hypocrite, or demand he should follow the same criteria of behavior as we do is absolutely ludicrous and deceitfully wicked. The definition of intellectual dishonesty. Intellectual dishonesty for the sole purpose of attacking God. When we kill someone, even knowing what awaits them on the other side, we're most likely getting rid of an inconvenience or satisfying our wicked desires. God is simply changing their location and getting rid of a carcass that was bound to perish anyway. We have a big misunderstanding about God simply because he has personhood. If you get too close to the sun, you burn. If you disrespect the laws of gravity, you turn into a pancake. If the sun and gravity had personhood, we would also be arguing with them. Why couldn't they have changed who they were for a split second so this person wouldn't have been burned or turned into a pancake, when the truth is, why didn't that person respect the sun and gravity for what they are? If God is who he says he is, and he is, why are we arguing with his way of being? Why don't we respect it and work according to it, like we do when we do not look directly at the sun or don't jump off a tall building? The Lord took someone away. It is what it is. He knows best.